Crafts and welcome back. Today is episode 2 of Off the Hook. Today is June the 6th, 2021. So welcome back and let's just jump right into it. First off, I wanted to show y'all this is kind of yarn related in that what it says. But I will have a tutorial coming up for this. Well, kind of a tutorial. I'll have a how it was made kind of thing. Featuring a friend of mine who has recently started a new business on sublimation. And her name is Shelly. And I will leave the link to her website below. It's called Frog and Bean. But I will leave that below and then I will tell you more about how all of this came about in the next tutorial, or the next video that I do featuring her stuff. But I had been seeing this meme going around and they had put it on a shirt that said, "In my dream world, yarn is free, coffee is healthy." Well, I'm not a coffee drinker. So we tweaked the saying just a little bit. And I took 2 pictures that were mine and we merged them together and we came up with this. And I thought it was so freaking adorable. And again, I will show y'all how we came up with this in a future video all about sublimation. But I just wanted to show y'all this because I thought it was amazing. Alright, so again, we took 2 pictures of mine, merged them together, and again, I will show all of this in another tutorial, but I just wanted to show y'all this real quick because I thought it was super cute. But it says, "In my dream world, yarn is free, Dr. Pepper is healthy," because y'all know I like my Dr. Pepper, "and crocheting makes you skinny." Sorry for the glare, y'all. Ooh, let me zoom back here. And this is just on a tile, and we were able to print off a thing and put it on here. Super cool. I mean, it was just a really cool process. So again, this will be coming up in a future video, but I just wanted to show y'all because, you know, look at all the pretty yarn. Okay. All right, so that's out of the way. Now, let's see here what to start. I'm going to set this over here, y'all. Give me just a second. Okay, what to start with? Let's start off with completed projects. Okay, because I'll be honest with you, my works in progress are still the same as the last one. Most. Now, I did finish up a couple of those, but the majority of them are still in progress. Actually, I think I only finished up one that I showed y'all from last time. Yeah, I think I only finished one thing, and we'll start with that. This was in last video as a work in progress, and I finished it. And this is the blanket that I was making for my brother. And as I told y'all before, his house had caught on fire, and so I was remaking, well, not necessarily remaking, I was making him a new blanket using some yarn that was in my stash, and then also using yarn that had been gifted to me after my grandmother passed away that she had had. And so I had made him one that was destroyed in the fire mostly. But anyway, so let's just jump right into it. Let me show y'all some pictures. Because I've actually given him the blanket already, so I don't have it here to physically show you. But I'm going to post some pictures and kind of explain what is where. Now, the last time I showed y'all, I think I had 2 sections done. And this is the Nordic Stripe crochet blanket. You can find the pattern on yarnspirations.com. And I followed along with a tutorial, and it's on the Yarnspirations website, but Mikey from the Crochet Crowd is actually the one that did the tutorial. So it's super easy to follow along with. What I ended up doing was once I got the flow and Mikey refreshed my memory on how to read a mosaic pattern, I was able to just take a screenshot and zip right through it. I mean, I could have printed out the whole thing, but I was able to take a screenshot and then I just have it right there on my phone and I would just follow along. Anyway, so here's a picture of his completed blanket. I tried to get it to where I could get everything on the bed, but I just couldn't get high enough above the bed so that I could get it all in one frame. But I did stretch it out on my mother's guest bed, which is a full size, and I was able to get most of it in there for you. And the picture there is of it on the floor, and it's not blocked, so it does look like it's kind of curling up a little bit. And I hope once he puts it on his bed that that'll smooth out. But anyway, so yeah, so that is completed project number 1. Okay, so let me backtrack just a second here. I'm backtracking because I forgot I had recorded a couple of little snippets of his completed blanket so that I could use it for this exact reason. So I could put it in episode 2 of Off the Hook. Alrighty, here it is, all laid out on the floor. Nordic Stripes. Okay, so this section and this section were both used, were both made using leftover yarn that my grandmother had left behind, everything except for the gray. Now, this section and this section were primarily used, or I used primarily the color from my brother's blanket that was in the fire. That's with the salvaged yarn I was able to save from his blanket. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. Alright y'all, so completed project number 2 is a C2c Join As You Go. And I found this pattern over on Fiber Spider's YouTube channel. If y'all don't follow him, you should, because he has some great tutorials. But this is a Join As You Go. You make one square and then you build off of it. So you don't have to do it all as one and have all the extra skeins of yarn going at one time. So this is a, like I said, Join As You Go, corner to corner block pattern. And I will leave a link in the description box below. I'll also leave one for the Yarnspirations Mosaic blanket as well. But this one here I made for a cancer benefit auction. And it was my first try at the Join As You Go. So I did mess up. Shh, don't tell anybody. But it was I was really time crunched, and I probably should not have tried out a new pattern being that I was in a time crunch, but I really just wanted to try this technique, and I really liked the buffalo plaid. And we have 2 high schools in the county where I live. It's very rural, so we only have 2 high schools, but one of them, school colors are black and red. So I really wanted to try this buffalo checked pattern in the red and black and see how it would go over. So, but this was the end result of it. And this is just a small throw, probably more like a stadium throw. That way you could take it to a football game. You'd be able to put it on your lap, cover your hands. It would fall down to your ankles, but not drag the ground. So, but yeah, so this was the first thing I used for that. Well, and that leads me into project completed number 3. This is another Join As You Go C2c. Alright, so the white squares was some yarn that I had gotten in a mystery bag. I think it is Caron Simply Soft and White. But I decided to use that and then for every other block. And then the main blocks, I used some of the yarn from the first blanket that I had made him. I did use some of the gray, which was Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. I will double check the color because I didn't look it before I started recording, and I will post it over here. I bought it on clearance, so I don't know if you can still get it. I checked on Hobby Lobby's website and I'm not finding it, so I think it has been discontinued, but the color is called Sandy Gray. But yeah, so I did at least 1 square of that. I did use some more of the yarn that was gifted to me. My grandmother passed away in this blanket as well. I don't know the majority of the brands because a lot of it had no labels on it, and a lot of it was so old that I know it's no longer available to purchase. So I'm not even going to try to tell you what all of these colors are. And then a lot of the squares I used more yarn that I was able to salvage out of his blanket. So yeah, so it's got a little bit of everything in this blanket, and it just made a really cute, almost like a patchwork quilt vibe to it. You know, he can use it on the couch. It's not very big. It's just a throw size, but it was something else that I wanted to be able to give to him before he was able, or before he went back home. He was here for my niece's graduation, so I was really trying to to rush along and get all these done. That's one reason that I haven't posted this video yet, because I was really working hard to finish up those 2 blankets so that I would be able to have them finished and completed and given to him when he was here for her graduation. That way he could take it back with him. So I was really glad that I was able to finish them both while he was still here, and so he could take them back with him. All right, completed object number 4. Yes? So I had the Mosaic, the Nordic Stripes, the 2 C2Cs, and then this. Okay, now this is by Tina. She is from Iceland, and I am not even going to attempt to say her last name, but I will post it here. That way you can see it, and I will also link her YouTube channel and the tutorial for this purse in the description box below. I have dubbed her the Queen of Mosaic Crochet. So if you do not follow her on YouTube or on Instagram, you should. She is amazing, and her mosaic patterns are just unbelievable. And you should definitely go check her out if mosaic crochet is something that interests you. She has a lot of she has some tutorials where she shows you stitch by stitch. Now, some of them she just has like little snippets and shows you like specific trouble areas to like walk you through a pattern. Like if you bought one of her patterns, she'll say, hey, you know, this is section here, and she'll walk you through how to fix that. But she does have a lot of full tutorials also on her channel. And this little mosaic crochet purse is one of her patterns that she gives the full tutorial for, and she just posted this within the last couple of weeks. But y'all be sure to go check it out. Now, one thing about this, I guess I should show it to y'all, right? Duh. Look at it. Isn't this so adorable? Okay, so what does she do that's different from any other video that I have seen? You don't crochet the purse first and then at the very end sew in the zipper. No. You start at the top and you use an embroidery chain stitch, which was a new stitch for me, and I'm super excited that I learned how to do it. She shows you how in the tutorial. But here, I'll show you a picture. Whoop, right here. This is how you start it. Right? Okay, so this is what it looks like when you're doing the embroidery chain stitch around the zipper. Okay, but yeah, so you start at the zipper here, and then you work your way down. Now this is the Apache Tears, and she also shows you how, you know how like when you're working in the round, your seam just kind of tends to like gradually go up at a curve or at an angle. She shows you a way to where it stays straight, and you don't have to change directions in order to keep it straight. So that was something else that I didn't know how to do, so I'm super stoked that I learned how to do that as well. But yeah, I was so excited with how this turned out. And then I just did the bottom couple of rounds in the same color just because why not? Just to give it a little extra flair. But I'm going to show you what the outside or the inside looks like. Now, if you wanted to line this, you absolutely could, but I didn't. And I did use cotton. As you'll learn in her tutorial, cotton doesn't stretch. So whatever size you make it, it's going to stay that size. Or, well, I won't say it doesn't stretch. It doesn't stretch as much as, say, acrylic. So you don't have to worry about it stretching out of shape when you shove a lot of stuff in it. Okay, so the outside has that mosaic where the inside has this stripe effect. Okay, so this is one end. And then this is the end where you join your rounds. And as y'all see, it just goes straight. So no angle. I don't even remember which. I've got it backwards now, so I don't know if it angles this way or this way normally. But either way, this way, straight line. So cool. And then when you're done, you just do a row of single crochet you put your two sides together, and then you just single crochet all the way across to seam it up. And then you flip it back inside right. And ta-da! You're done. But y'all, I thought this was like a super, super fun little project. Now, I bought my zipper at Walmart. And the smallest size zipper that Walmart had in stock was a 7-inch. So that's what I have used for this bag. It's a 7-inch zipper. Now, this is a good size little bag here for, you know, makeup, or you could put your crochet hooks in it, your notions. It's just a good little pouch size. Now, I did order some smaller zippers off of eBay because I did check Amazon and some different places, but I did a quick search on eBay and found some cheaper. And so I bought some 3 and 4-inch size because what I'm wanting to make are some, you know, so something that would be about this big. So that it would be like a little change purse size. But yeah, so that's that. Again, all the links for the patterns that I have used to make all my completed projects will be in the description box below. Alright, so in my last Off the Hook, I told y'all that I had started making some stitch markers. Or maybe I didn't.